So I'd like to tell you a story about a guy named Jack and his beautiful wife, Sarah. Jack had met Sarah and had fallen in love with her, not just because of how beautiful she was and her long, beautiful blonde hair, but because of her spirit. She was free and alive, and she was so much different than who Jack was, that he just felt he could never be without her. One day, Jack and Sarah went to the market, and Sarah was approached by this guy, and this man was really aggressive in his approach, and it scared Jack. It made Jack think that Sarah might possibly be in danger, and Jack couldn't conceive how he would live his life without her. So Jack went home and started a routine of making sure that Sarah would never be injured. He started keeping her in the house, and he cut her long blonde hair so men wouldn't be attracted to her. He went out and learned karate and got all kinds of weapons, and bit by bit just started to take over Sarah's life. And what Jack didn't realize is that in doing that, he started to squelch her life force, her energy, and her beauty. She no longer had the long, beautiful hair that he loved. She lost her smile. She lost her joy. She lost everything that made Sarah, Sarah. And the reason I'm telling you this story, and it has a kind of a sad ending, is because it really reflects the story of our life. That Jack, in essence, is our mind. It's our brain and the way our brain thinks. The brain is driven by the fight or flight mechanism. The whole purpose of it is to protect us. But inadvertently, what it does is it squelches our spirit. And what usually happens, and I found this almost across the board with all of my clients, is that at some point while we were alive and engaged in life and creative and curious and just, fully engaging, something happened that told our minds we need to protect. We need to protect ourselves. And so the mind goes into this kind of hyper vigilant mode, and bit by bit starts pushing that part of who we are, our spirit, deep inside. And as a consequence, we live lives of fear and rejection. We're not fully engaged. And the consequences of that are depression and anger, addiction, destructive behaviors. There's a myriad of things that begin to happen. And we start to discover that our lives just are not fulfilling, that there's no joy in our life, that the relationships we have are kind of superficial. And it's interesting to me that my clients, not all of them, but the majority of them, are coming in because of this. This is the core of almost everyone's issue that I'm working with. So I've come up with a system called psychohypnology, which is a really unique combination of traditional talk psychology and clinical hypnosis. And what we do is we spend a couple of sessions really getting to know what's at the core of the client's belief system. And then we go into hypnosis and we start shifting what those beliefs are. We transcend the conscious level and even the subconscious level and start shifting those ideas, those beliefs in a way that allows that part of us to come back alive, back online. It's reintegration of all those aspects of who we are, not just our mind, not just our body, but our mind, body, and spirit. As a result, my clients feel more relieved and more joyful. In fact, they often report that happens after the first session. After a couple of sessions, it becomes really locked in. It becomes very real and tangible, and they start going out into the world seeking ways of expressing that. And I'll usually follow up our first couple of sessions with some coaching sessions that allows them to really just start pouring this newfound part of who they are, or I shouldn't say newfound, but this newly re-accessed part of who they are in a way that allows transformation in their life to become just amazing. So if you or maybe someone you know is struggling or maybe just not feeling fully expressed into the world, I encourage you to go to my website, which is psychohypnology, which it's one word, psychohypnology.com. And at my website, you'll find all kinds of information about me, about my process. But most importantly, what you're going to discover is 3 different ways that you can reach out to me. You can reach out to me by email or text, and my favorite, by phone. And we can have a short conversation about what it is that you or your loved one is up against, and see if psychohypnology is right for you. So again, it's psychohypnology.com, and I look forward to seeing you there.